At least 7 people in China have been killed after a hotel used as a quarantine centre collapsed. Rescue workers pulled 47 out of the 70 people from under the rubble, but more than a dozen people are still trapped. Let's get the very latest from our correspondent Katrina Yu, who's following events. The hotel collapsed very late on Saturday night, and the rescue operation continues, Katrina.
That's right. They've been working overnight. It happened about 7:30 local time. They're still investigating the causes of this collapse. The landlord of the hotel has been taken into the police station for questioning. The central government has sent additional forces to help with the emergency rescue. We're still trying to find out what caused this exactly, but we do know that the hotel occupied the upper floors of this building. It was only 2 years old, so not a very old building, but we do know that the ground floor of this hotel was being refurbished, and that possibly had something to do with the reason that the structure gave way. What else we know is that this hotel was being used to actually house people who were being quarantined because of the coronavirus. About 50 or so people were being quarantined. And what's extremely frustrating is that these people, we've just been told, all tested negative for the coronavirus. So they were being held there to monitor their own health, but also to keep them away from the community, presumably to keep the community safe. But there is a lot of frustration about this, because it's an example of these heavy-handed restrictions being used to protect the community from the coronavirus, but at the same time having devastating consequences for the people in this hotel who are waiting to go through their 1 to 2 week quarantine period of being there before they could be released.
Indeed, keeping your message, of course, with the coronavirus. I mean, what are the Chinese authorities saying now, or today, on numbers?
That's right. The Chinese authorities are very much trying to divert attention away from this tragedy and towards the more positive news. This weekend, for the first time, we've had confirmed new cases in China drop below 100. And that's very significant, because just about 2 weeks ago, we were seeing thousands of new cases every day. And now we've got, in the last 24 hours, 44 new cases and 27 deaths. And the vast majority of these new numbers are happening in Hubei province. And according to this official figures, effectively, the spread of coronavirus outside Hubei province has stopped, because they say all these few cases that have come outside Hubei province were cases that were actually imported from other countries, actually imported from Italy and imported from Iran. So the government is very much using this downward trend to really push this positive propaganda that, look, we put these heavy-handed restrictions in place, we locked down millions, we restricted the movement of hundreds of millions, and these numbers are proof that our methods are working, and indeed other countries have a lesson or two to learn from us. And of course, they're trying to bury very much the criticism from earlier this year that the reason this outbreak grew to this scale was, of course, because of incompetence or mishandling on the part of local authorities in Hubei province.
For the update, thanks very much, Katrina. Katrina Yu, our correspondent in Beijing.